Democrats. Today is Thursday, October 29th, and the first day of early voting in Oklahoma. How freaking exciting is that? We finally get to join the ranks of everybody else. 5 days out, it's the first day of early voting. My Facebook feed has been flooded with pictures of folks in line. It makes my heart smile that so many people are already out there voting and they're willing to stand in line and they're doing everything that it takes. And so I just want to make sure that if you haven't voted yet and you're not sure what you're going to do, that you know that we're down to just 3 choices, right? You can either hand deliver your ballot if you did an absentee ballot, don't put it in the mail, take it to your county election board, hand deliver your ballot, vote early, started today, goes tomorrow, all the way through Saturday, and then voting on election day. On the last day to vote, which is November 3rd. No matter where your county is, it's at your polling place from 7 to 7. So I've been seeing all the pictures of early voting all over the state. You know, I got pictures of Stillwater and Oklahoma County and Tulsa County. What is that? That's Stillwater. And let me see what else we got. That's Tulsa County. In the rain, in the umbrella, there's a lady in a little hover chair. I mean, folks are dedicated. That is Bartlesville. Folks were in line in Bartlesville. So it was just really exciting. And so I asked, oh, that's great. That's our capital city. That's in Oklahoma City. There was a mile, as I understand it, a mile of cars just to get to the parking lot. That's some dedication, folks. So I've invited a couple of folks who actually stood in line today and cast their vote to tell us of their experience. And so from Tulsa County, I've invited Nate Morris. Hey, Nate.
Hey.
Good to see you. And from Oklahoma County, I've invited Jasmine Brown, Justras. Did I say them in the right order?
Yes, you did. Hi, everybody.
I'm so glad to see you guys. So before we jump into this, did you come all the way back to Oklahoma from North Carolina just to cast your vote?
I did not. I actually casted my vote early this morning when we first opened, and I'm in my car right now on the way to North Carolina to get there for GOTV to hit the streets.
That's some dedication, I tell you. Be careful. Be careful. So
absolutely.
Tell me what it was like, guys. Tell me. I know in Tulsa it was raining first thing this morning. Tell me what it was like.
Yeah, so in Tulsa, I mean, it was wild. I mean, getting there at 8:05, right as polls open, and the line was snaking all the way around the 1-0 field, and it was freezing. It was pouring down rain, but very few people left the line. Folks stayed in for the duration of it.
Awesome. What about in Oklahoma County?
Man, Oklahoma County had so many people. I got my car in line at 7:30 this morning. I was about a half a mile back, and I ended up parking my car to hop in carpool in a car that was ahead of me about a quarter mile up the road, so that we could get there faster. And then when we finally parked, I still had to go in a line that was around the building. But by the time 8:15 set, the folks who were working the polls did such a great job of getting their ducks in a row and really got a system going. And by the time, within like the first 20 minutes of the polls opening, it was really moving smoothly. And it moved so fast. Once you got around the side of the building, it was so fast.
Awesome. That's good to hear. And so like I said, I've been seeing all the stories. I want people to stay in line. I want people to vote. This is a very consequential election. What kind of cheerleader words do you have for them based on your experience?
Oh my gosh. First of all, like, this is the election of our lives. Like, it is exhilarating to go in there and grab a ballot and vote against Trump, and to vote Biden, to vote Kendra Horn, and to vote Abby Broyles. Like, it is exhilarating. It made me so happy. Just set the whole tone for my day. If nothing, there's that. There we
go. Nate?
Yeah, so I think I was with a friend, so that was great. I would say if you're planning to go, just like for us in Tulsa County, it took about 3 hours to get through the line, but carve out time, brings comfy shoes and a warm drink. And like Jasmine was saying, just kind of like for me, it was just a reminder of how like critical and important this moment was. And even though by the time I got to the ballot, I could barely hold the pen because my hand was so cold, I had to like very carefully fill in the bubble. It was worth it, right? It was worth every second,
Absolutely.
like to be able to fill out, like for instance, here in Tulsa, Kojo, to be able to fill in the bubble of a friend and a man who I deeply respect was worth every second of it. So deeply grateful. And I think if we look and we see, are frustrated by the fact that per county there's only one polling location, if that's frustrating, that is a form of voter suppression, and we can't let that win. And so we can't let it win by not voting. And the only way to change it is by electing people who will change it. And so that's why we got to show up and stay in line.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Is there any? I have a tip that I think would be really helpful for folks. The line is long. Make sure that you carpool or park in a nearby parking lot and walk, because a lot of the waiting of the cars is because of folks who are doing drive-through voting for folks who are unable to stand in line. So if you park and walk up to the line, it cuts a lot of time out. And also take the time while you're waiting in line to check out the sample ballot on the voter portal. That was so helpful. I can't tell you how many people didn't know what the voter portal was until we talked about it in our line, and it showed them how to use the portal right there. And they were like, I didn't know this was going to be on my ballot. So definitely check that time to check out what's on your ballot.
Awesome. That's a really great tip. And yes, and everybody's ballot is different, but go out to the Oklahoma State Election Board voter portal, put in your name, your birthday, and it pulls up exactly your ballot, and it tells you exactly what's going to be on your ballot. And if you want to, you can print it out and take it with you. They will allow you to take in a cheat sheet. Yeah, they will. You were going to say something, Nate?
I was not, but I just echoing what Jasmine was saying, like just being informed and just knowing, because there are so many things on the ballot, including the judges, which can be a wonky thing to like come up against if you didn't know they'd be on there. And just like remember to flip it on the back, because you have 2 state questions that are really critical on the back of the ballot as well. So just don't forget, after standing in line for a long time, to flip it to the back.
Flip it to the back. That's exactly right. So, and that's on everybody's ballot all across the state, no matter what county you live in. The state questions are going to be on your ballot. The judges are going to be on your ballot. In Tulsa County, as of 3:00 today, we have sent out 74,000 absentee ballots. We've gotten 50,000 of them back. 2,389 people had voted in person, early in-person voting by 3:00 today. That is so exciting. And so, if we just keep chipping away, maybe by Tuesday, the lines won't be so long, right? It's just very important. So I want to thank you guys for coming on. Do you have anything else you want to add? Because I just can't stress enough how important this election is.
Get out there. It is totally worth it. It is safe, secure, and it is easy. It may be a little time consuming, but what is 2 hours of inconvenience to 4 more years with Trump?
Awesome. Hey, let me ask a question. In Oklahoma County, were the booths spread out for social distancing?
No, not very much. No, it was about the same as what it normally is.
Okay, so that means,
but that's okay. I will let you know that they did have officers that were enforcing you keep your 6 feet of distance, especially once you got to the building. And if you did not have a mask, it was very strongly encouraged that you make sure you do have it on. So
awesome. Good to hear. What about in Tulsa County?
The booths themselves were not distanced. They were next to each other. However, I will say that everybody was wearing, maybe there was one person out of the 2,000 that were there that was not wearing a mask that I saw. And the entirety of it was outdoors. So that I think is helpful there.
Awesome. So put on your mask, drag your hand sanitizer, dress warmly in layers so you can take off and put back on. It's worth it. As Jasmine said, if it takes 2 hours to prevent us from having to endure another 4 years of the tyranny that we've lived through for this 3.5 years, is worth it. So please don't miss your shot. I appreciate you guys both. Thank you so very much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. It was good to see you, Nate. Good to see you.
Drive safe, friend.
So I just really want to stress the importance of getting your vote in. Don't let the line discourage you. They've survived it. One of them's even in the car driving to North Carolina. They've survived the long drive and the long line. It's worth it. So dress in layers, show up, cast your vote. And if that's not your plan, make your plan for Tuesday. Just make your plan and help other people make your plan. I like Jasmine's idea of, parking somewhere and walking, because you get to cut the line, particularly in Oklahoma County, where the line was just a mile just to get to the parking lot. So keep those tips in mind. Don't forget that the Oklahoma Democratic Party is hosting a watch party at One Oak Field on Tuesday. Gates open at 6:30. That should be very fun. It is an outdoor watch party so that we're being COVID aware. Early voting started today, tomorrow, and Saturday. All righty, you guys, thanks for joining. Oh, I need to tell you, if your favorite candidate is making posts advertising their values and why you should vote for them, please, please, please share them, because it's too late for them to boost them into ads on Facebook. So they need your help to get the word out. So do whatever you can, share the word, make sure people know about your candidate. There's still a lot of voting that has to happen in Tulsa County. There's 25,000 ballots out there that need to be returned. All righty, you guys have a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow at 4:15. Sharing is caring.